Now, this is the story of one man who has ruled an African nation for longer than most of his citizens have been alive. At 92 years old, President Paul Biya of Cameroon, the world's oldest president or the world's oldest head of state, just announced that he is running for an 8th term. That's 43 years in power and still counting. Now let this sink in. This man became president when Ronald Reagan was in the White House, when Michael Jackson's Thriller hadn't even been released yet, when the internet didn't even exist. And now in 2025, he's still here. Let me take you through Paul Biya's timeline since 1982. First of all, you need to know that Paul Biya took power in November 1982. To put that in perspective, it means that 18 different United States presidents have served since then. It means that the Soviet Union still existed when he started ruling. It also meant that, or it still means that, mobile phones weighed 2 pounds back then. Now I'll tell you something. It means that Paul Biya, who has been ruling Cameroon since 1982, has outlasted 9 French presidents, 7 popes, and the entire existence of the old East Germany. Damn! This man has been in power longer than the VHS tapes, longer than the dial-up internet, longer than MySpace. I see something that's funny. He came up with a controversial tweet, of which he came and he announced, saying that after weeks of speculation, he dropped the bombshell saying, "My determination to serve you matches our challenges." But guess what that translates to? It simply translates to, "I'm not going anywhere." But here is what's wild. He claims that his decision came after numerous and insistent calls from citizens. Yet, a BBC reporter who hit the street of Yaoundé after interviewing several people and even had most people who were too scared to give their own full names. In fact, one man told the BBC responded that never in history has a 92-year-old ran for president. Another one even said that we are even thinking, or we thought that Paul Biya would finally rest. But no, man, he's never tired. He still wants to take hold of that power. And yeah, he has announced he'll be jumping in the October election that will be taking place in less than 4 months. Now the cracks are showing. When you look at the Cameroonian situation, you find out that former key allies like Samuel Issa, Tikiroma Bakare are already jumping ship. Some are saying the government has broken public trust, and even his former prime minister is now running against him. The opposition is fired up. Names like Maurice Kamto, the 2018 runner-up, Joshua Osi, Akere Muna, and Cabral Libi. Newspaper headlines are also saying similar things. In fact, the Lay Messenger headline says it all. The headline says, "We are finished," implying that Cameroon is finished. But this isn't just about age. When you look at Paul Biya and everything I've been saying, it's not just about age. When you look at critically his rule, you check out that under Paul Biya's rule, corruption scandals have drained billions, and even the Anglophone crisis continues, as well as the security forces, which have severally been accused of abuses. Now also look at the health speculation, similar to the situation during the the ex-president of Nigeria who just died, President Muhammad Buhari. There were health speculations that he had died while he was on a 6 weeks disappearance, or I think 9 months disappearance even. And I think similar occurrence came out in the case of Paul Biya. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is his health, where he disappeared for 6 weeks last year, of which rumors began to spread that he had died. In fact, his government came giving excuses and saying that he was just resting. At 92 years old, shouldn't he be resting? Now, what does this mean for Africa? Cameroon isn't alone. When you look at across Africa, it's not just Paul Biya who has clinched to power for a very long time. Now you look at leaders like Uganda's Museveni. He has been ruling Uganda for 38 years. The president of Equatorial Guinea, Obiang, he has been ruling for 45 years. Congo's Sassou Nguesso, he has ruled for 39 years and still counting. Meanwhile, 60% of Cameroonians are under 25 years, meaning there's a huge generational disconnect here. The youth want change, but the system keeps recycling the same old leadership, just like it is all around Africa. Now the election showdown is very near. Mark your calendars. October is when this all goes down. Biya's party already controls the Electoral Commission, the state media, as well as the security forces. And the last time he won with about 71% amid the whole oppositional claims of fraud. Will this time be any different? Well, here are my closing thoughts. Now, so is this about stability or stagnation? Is it about experience or exhaustion? As a young Cameroonian put it, he says, "We are stuck in the past while the world keeps moving forward." I want to hear from you, man. Should there be any age limits for presidents? Is 43 years too long or too short? Drop your hottest take below, and if you want more unfiltered African political coverage, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button, because this story is far from over. Hello my people, I am Great Dave. If you enjoy my vlogging and you wish to see more of this, do me a favor, hit the like button and also subscribe. If you're watching from Facebook, also give me a follow. I would really appreciate that. And yes, you can also share my works for your friends and family members. And also do not forget to hit the notification button just so you can get notified the very moment I drop. I hope to see you next time, and yeah, take care.